Hey everybody, this is Matt Fury from Avid here at NAB 2018 Day 2 with my good friend Jason Stewart. Jason did a really cool presentation for us on visual effects and compositing with Media Composer and After Effects and Fusion. Jason, you've done a lot of different kinds of projects. I know reality television, indie films, and now sort of evolving to a VFX editor, compositor. Where do you want to go next? What do you want to build on in your career right now?
Yeah, it's interesting. I was just talking to some people recently about that question because a lot of the shows I worked on The Voice and I've worked on AGT and a lot of other kind of, shiny floor talent shows and that kind of thing. And although it's cool for them to know that I couldn't have pinched do some effects, they want me editing, and that's kind of the key thing. And so, but I've built this skill set of compositing, working in Nuke and Fusion, After Effects, and Maya, and all these other things that has its applications, I think, in commercials a lot. A lot of the motion graphic stuff that I'm doing, kind of sits in there, some feature film work and visual effects. And so I think I'm leaning toward commercials right now because the idea of having a new project, a new challenge in terms of the footage as opposed to a 2-hour-long primetime show where it's really about the editorial, it's really about making the deadline. I get excited about the idea of like fresh new challenges, especially as it pertains to the editing, the putting everything together, and how visual effects kind of plays into that.
Shiny floor television, that's something new. I didn't know that. I like that, shiny floor TV. Okay, so having all that experience, I know you get a lot of young people coming up to you and saying, hey, how do I get into the business, whether they want to do shiny floor TV or commercials or compositing? What kind of advice would you have for somebody just starting out?
I do get asked that sometimes, and the interesting thing is that some people are coming from an editorial space, and recently I've had people coming up and asking me about visual effects. And then other editors that I know who are like veterans that have been around doing it a long time, but they don't do After Effects, so they don't know Fusion, they don't do 3D, and they end up asking like, well, where do I start? And some of the stuff I showed in the demo was like me shooting videos of my kids. Like I take them to the park and make them act out a scene or something, and then I would say, I want to put a monster in that, or a robot, or I want to, whatever. And so I tell people, get some footage, have a plan for what you want to do with it, and hit as many roadblocks as you possibly can. And then look online for ways to learn how to get over those roadblocks, and then the stuff really sticks. I watch a lot of online tutorials, and I go to school. I'm getting a master's in visual effects right now. But I think the places that I've learned the most have been just running into a problem I can't solve and breaking through it. And then I really know what the answer to that is. And also for editors that are trying to come up, I know a lot of assistant editors that are like, well, how do I get noticed? How do I differentiate myself? And for some of them, I say, hey, learn a skill that's not just editing and it's not just assistant editing. Like if you're great at rotoscoping, and then you hit up an editor that you like and you say, hey, can I come work on your thing? I'm really great at rotoscoping. Maybe I can help you on your show or movie. And once you find that I'm useful and reliable, maybe you can put me into your editorial pipeline as well, because the assistant editor path doesn't always lead where you hope it's going to lead. So yeah, I say find some skills that are needed out there that maybe the editor themselves can't do, and they would love to just have some hungry kid come in and help them with, and be the expert on that. And then you'll find yourself really in demand, I think.
Well, there you go. So if you're that hungry kid out there wanting to get your start, get your big break, download Media Composer first right now. It's free. It's really powerful tool set. Same thing that Jason used to do The Voice and all kinds of other cool shows. And it's out there waiting for you. So download it now. Jason, thanks a lot.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you.